Howdy, partners.
Guess where we're at? The old review spot.
We are back on the couch. Why? Because it was old school Raw tonight.
Last week? But we didn't.
Last week.
We didn't think it through and review old school Raw, old school trio post show
It
style.
would have made sense. We would have had to go back to my old house, and that lady would not have been happy.
You met her yet?
No, she's pretty old. Like she's in her 80s.
She probably liked it then.
She would have said, "Come on in." She probably gave us food.
She probably think we're little Timmy from next door.
That's a good point.
Her little grandson.
Hey, there you are, boys. Never seen you since the 90s.
Hey.
We're back, guy.
Speaking of the 90s, we start off with a tag match. That's totally WCW 90s.
This match was the definition of Bash the Beach 96.
More or less, yeah. Leading up to it, of course, yeah.
Well, the build.
So you got the Wyatts versus the Usos. And Daniel Wyatt is still going down.
You got to respect this storyline.
You know what?
Sometimes you just got to look to the future and say, okay.
It's a slow burn. They know what they're doing. They planned out every single Daniel Bryan step from here to WrestleMania.
Like, you can tell that this has been talked about for at least a couple months.
Yeah.
They have it planned out. They know, okay, Daniel Bryan and the Wyatts, this is going to build up to Mania.
Yeah, of course.
Probably after, maybe a blow-off at Extreme Rules, maybe
even all the way to SummerSlam.
Probably all the way to SummerSlam. It's worthy.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. We were told you guys to follow the long game because we know that they know what they're doing with Daniel Bryan and they have not missed a step yet.
Nope.
But really, I'll say but we didn't tell the end on this.
Yeah.
So the Usos won by DQ.
They did because Rowan and Harper end up interfering because the Usos are about to go for double whatever splashes, I guess.
Yeah.
They cause breakups. They win by DQ, and then Bray does some shit to Bryan. This thing was like,
Sister Abigail.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whap! Lays them out. Then they all walk out together as usual.
Uh-huh.
And then we get a little video package of the Damian Sandow's cash-in on John Cena, and we said, uh-oh, why would they be showing this if it wasn't going to be a rematch? And then we said, uh-oh, we're going to have to watch this.
And then we were happy that they have the ultimate reset button coming up, the Royal Rumble.
Thank you.
Yep.
But Cena beats Sandow. Sandow had him in the STF for a minute, and they're like, oh, this would work. Get him. Cena ends up winning. Did he make him tap, or was it? No, it was AA.
It was an AA.
Attitude adjustment on Sandow.
We spent more time on this, and they probably didn't create it. They probably said,
absolutely. Cena, you're going to beat Damian.
We got a segment, Bill. Cena wrestle Damian. Okay.
Then we get backstage, Bradley, Maddox, and Kane, and they're talking about how you run the show better. Oh, no, you should do it. All right, I got this. Let's do a rematch later of Bray and Daniel against the Usos, but this time in a cage.
Yep.
And Kane says, even better, lock the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we get that later. So they wanted to throw out the first pitch, and they wanted to throw out the last pitch.
Yep.
So there you go.
They are the Roger Clemens of the WWE.
They wanted the closer. That's what they wanted. And then we got the Big Show facing Jack Swagger.
Let's not give us a lot of time. Big Show beat Jack Swagger.
And Zeb Coulter ended up on his ass. So that's all you need. They got an interesting segment, if nothing else. We got CM Punk and the New Age Outlaws against the Shield. And they're going, we saw this match on SmackDown. Well,
you saw it on SmackDown. I didn't see it on SmackDown.
About 14 of us, we watched SmackDown this week because we were bored. It was pretty cool. We were all chatting about it, and we're like, hey, we're going to see this match again. So they're going, it's going about the same as SmackDown. Reigns is looking good. Punk's, everyone's doing their thing. Nothing's going wrong. And then all of a sudden, CM Punk starts getting his ass kicked. And he's like, you're like, okay, he's got to make that hot tag. And he finally, Reigns is pulling back in. They tag in a fresh guy, they go get him. He finally gets there. New Age Outlaws. Bleep.
Hold on a second. Why are the New Age Outlaws? They just teamed up with him. Why would they leave him this fast? Was it a plot device, maybe? What's the point of having someone team together for a week and then leaving? You get no real build of any sort of camaraderie. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have have some people team up and then have it not work out for longer than not pay off very long.
Yes, you make a good point.
Yeah.
Where have we heard this before?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya. Stay tuned. But yeah. So we all know where this is going, do we not? Yes, we do. Like
lights out for CM Punk. Poor Punk.
yeah. So
He's treading water.
something's going on.
He said, bloop, bloop, bloop,
So
bloop, bloop, bloop.
hands up.
I'm getting paid and selling T-shirts.
He's probably having a good time though.
Probably. He probably found some little. He probably found some new diva action this match.
Oh, absolutely. But hands up, catching a spear from Roman Reigns. The Shield gets the win. They triple powerbomb him.
Boom.
And you're thinking, obviously, what is the only thing that this could be leading to?
Nah, that's when I got real sad. We had to watch the Duke game for a little while.
No, I didn't get sad.
I got sad.
Oh, I want to see CM Punk versus Triple H with all of my heart because I know. Well, I don't know. I very much think, I'm about 98% sure, because you always got that too when it's the game, that this would be where Punk, A, gets his redemption about Night of Champions. It's bullshit.
But no, it's cool because he took 2 pedigrees, a jackknife power bomb, and a lot of stuff.
It's a good call.
It put him over that night. It didn't kill him at all.
I forgot that. You're right.
Yeah.
You make another good point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'd be cool with CM Punk Triple H myself, just because it's like, whether you like Triple H or not, I mean, he's a big star. Like, you look at his last matches, like, it's dudes like Brock and Taker. So, like, it'd be cool to see Punk fight him and probably win. So it'd give Punk a cool moment because it's Triple H. Whether, like, you know, his name has value whether you like him or not.
He wasn't the draw in either of those matches, though.
But he's part of it.
Yeah, but you can make anyone part of it, and it's still
not really, because Taker Punk was not the same luster as Punk Triple H, to the point where Triple H is a big enough guy where you thought he was gonna. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
but Taker Brock, I felt like had a tiny.
You mean Triple H Brock?
No. Oh, sorry. No. Yeah, sorry. No. Punk Brock. I liked Punk Brock's build more like, oh, you broke my arm. You broke Sean's arm. My arm's good again. See you at SummerSlam. You broke my wife's arm.
Why did you break Steph's arm?
Kimura.
Why did you break my child's arm?
You broke Vince's arm.
You broke John Cena's dad's arm.
That comes up. Is that next tag?
Oh, it's coming. Not yet, but it's coming.
We can't transition with that?
It's coming.
Yeah, I mean...
But yeah, it's where it's leading, so...
Yeah, I mean...
I'm on, I guess.
You know what? I have no say in anything. I'm not going to entirely complain about it, because at least Punk's not wrestling Sheamus.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a big... It's a decently big spot for Punk to be in a Mania.
You know what? It's a bigger spot in terms of what goes on in the back with the boys, as opposed to the actual draw, maybe almost.
I think it's a big draw. I think people want to see it. Think about during the Ascension thing when he attacked Triple H, crowd went nuts.
That's true.
So it's like I think this would be.
The crowd went nuts the entire time. The crowd went nuts when John Cena pointed at Daniel Bryan.
That's because they like what they're smart people.
Seattle, man.
They knew what they were talking about.
I think there's probably something going on with like the seafood and stuff
up
there.
They're loud.
To where people just get really loud now.
They just like stuff.
Yeah, it
happens. So yeah, we'll. It's only January. We'll keep tabs on that. We know you know it's gonna happen.
Maybe they'll blow this off in 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, that'd make no sense for them to build something now and blow it off in 2 weeks.
I mean, we may as well have CM Punk versus Triple H
at the Rumble. Let's just do it at the Rumble.
Let's just do it on next Raw.
Yeah, that's true.
Why wait another whole week? Because I mean, builds, man. And then we get the Wyatts backstage. Big, heavy Wyatt family show today. They're backstage. They're yelling, like literally. They're just like yelling about cages. Dan Bryan's like, yeah, cages. All right.
Yeah.
Then we got AJ Lee and Tamina against the Funkadactyls. They won, but then Naomi ends up clearing the ring. She had the worst lipstick I've ever seen on.
That was bad, real bad.
Michael Jackson.
And Kanye, I stand with you through this, man.
This one, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because I heard why he did it, but not anything else.
Ever. Yeah, I mean, Bound. We just haven't given you for Bound 2 yet. You kind of.
Ever.
That was my favorite song on the album, and now when it comes on, I just think of horses galloping through the fields and the meadows, and I'm just like, you know what? Damn it, Kanye.
There's a scene in the new Hobbit movie where it looks like they've taken the horses. It's the exact scene. And the 2 times I seen it, I said, "Bound!" And no one got it. So
oh no!
Apparently, the Kanye West crowd is not the Hobbit crowd. But
maybe Kanye got the horses from the Hobbit.
And he said, "Bam!" That because I said it both times, and only like one person got it, and that's just because I told them.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, then we get first inductee into the 2014 Hall of Fame. We're saying, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And it was Bears. Live Bears. Live Bears. That's who it is.
I ran around upstairs there. Your mom looked at me weird, watching with his mom at this point.
And she's just like, okay, I remember that guy.
And I'm running around going,
It's so true. And I had like a very weird oriented dog. Like, I didn't want to mess with his thing. He was sleeping. He's blind. It's like, sometimes you got to let people win in life.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything. So I just enjoyed this from the couch. I'm like, okay, that's sick.
That was my brawling buddy
It's
back in the day.
Brawling buddy.
Brawling buddy.
My brawling buddy is right in there, and it is who?
Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
It's funny because I was a WCW guy and you were a WWF guy.
And you have a WWF guy, and I have a... Sometimes life just doesn't make sense. Sometimes some men just want to see the world burn.
I guess so. And speaking of people that want to see the world burn, oh man, next segment. For the first time, said stupid. Fucking stupid. We get
Randall
Keith
Orton versus
we Mr. Kingston.
No. Hood Kofi Kingston.
Hood Mr. Kingston.
And when Kofi Kingston came out with the do-rag, I clearly said this. What did I say?
Kofi Kingston's not losing that.
I said Randy Orton cannot beat Hood Kofi Kingston.
Not at all.
Was I serious?
No, you weren't.
No. Did I pretend as if I was serious later? Yes. He comes out and I said, Hood Kofi Kingston does not lose to Randall Keith Orton. It does not happen. And the match goes on. And I'll be honest.
I didn't watch.
I was watching it, but it's not like, obviously hindsight's easier, but it had the feel sometimes you can tell a match is going to go by the commentary.
Yeah.
I still didn't believe it was actually going to happen, but they just kept saying, JBL kept saying, Randy Orton can put him away at any time. And he said it like 5 times, and Michael Cole kept saying, but JBL, you got to remember, the longer you let someone wait around, you're risking it. And I'm like, okay, there's probably a reason they've said this exact line 5 times, but it's still in my head. I'm thinking, okay, they're just saying that. But now that it makes sense, they were building towards it. It happens. He hits the S. It wasn't even the Trouble in Paradise. But I guess if you're gonna win, you have to win by an SOS because that's about the most like devastating move that ends in like a roll up. And roll ups are how you have to win matches like this. So he gets the win. This is the first time that the champ lost, and no words were spoken about that guy getting a title match, which was funny. Usually, if you even win a guy by DQ, the first thing they say is, "He's defeated the champion. He's gonna not Kofi." Apparently, this is just to set up the greatest segment this year.
Oh my God.
It's only the 13th, but Randy Orton snaps. He's breaking things. He goes over and attacks John Cena's father.
Not as cool as Mrs. Dad, but
what can we expect? This is when this show took a turn for one of the best segments of all time.
Hey, go check my voice.
Blue shirt guy was sitting in the row behind John Cena's dad. And it was then he knew that it was his turn to be the hero. That's hard to talk in that voice, but literally.
Yes, it is. But after that, the blue shirt guy went to the aid of Cena's dad. And it was then I knew that coming down the ramp was soon to be John Cena.
Guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, please go watch the replay. This dude, Orton's attacking Cena's dad. Light blue shirt guy. Dude.
He's already hurt, man.
And Orton's...
He's been through enough.
It is still real. The light blue shirt guy, damn it. He was forcing off Randy Orton. And that wasn't even the best part. Upon further review, we had seen that he had then jumped the second row into the front row and was aiding John Cena's dad. And when John Cena came, he looked at John Cena like, I tried, John.
John,
I tried.
John, it's serious.
It's bad, John. It's bad. And John Cena is probably like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Oh man, blue shirt guy was the hero of the night.
Blue shirt guy wins the Slammy for best moment of 2014. I'm giving it to him right now.
He's the new Miz girl.
Oh, he is. Check back for our 2014 Slammys review in December,
where we totally
forget about this, and you remind us. So
blue
definitely remind us about blue shirt guy.
We'll go about blue shirt guy about tomorrow.
Those of you that understand what we're talking about and you notice this with us, please write "Long Live Blue Shirt Guy" in the comments. And if you haven't, please go watch it. It's also one of those things that broke up a decently bad show and made it so funny for the last hour.
We felt like this show was totally like they were just killing time until the Rumble, until Blue Shirt Guy said,
if any of you know Blue Shirt Guy, please link his Twitter in the description.
If you are in the Providence, Rhode Island area and you know
this
Blue
man,
Shirt Guy,
high five him.
Buy that man a beer.
Buy that man. He looks like a guy that likes the Coors.
I think he's more of a Miller guy.
I don't know.
High Life, man. High Life.
Buy him a Samuel Adams Boston Lager.
Hey, Boston. Let's
try you for beer.
I don't even drink.
None of us drink, except Blake.
Blake drinks.
Red Bull and vodka.
Hey, I'll ask you guys this real quick.
Timeout.
We're already in tangent story. If I go timeout, you go with Zach Morris timeout. Have you got... Okay, you got to do that on the screen, though. So you got... Actually, you know what? You tell the story. I'm going timeout, though.
I don't know what the story is. You decided to tell the story.
The story about Blaze Bryan of Red Bull and vodka at Buffalo Wild Wings. How ridiculous that was. I just told him.
That was a story.
There's a story.
I was frozen still.
Frozen in time?
So yeah, please go watch
Zach
that
Morris
segment.
Or you, Zach Morris? Who has the power for timeouts this Raw? Timeout. This is really just a test. I have the power to be Zach Morris. The hair doesn't match up. I'm sorry, but Mark Paul Goslin is my spirit animal, and I just really think Saved by the Bell is one of the best shows of all time. Time back in. You know what? I thought about it. I think it's me.
I think it's you.
Okay.
I think if we have to make decisions, it's probably you.
I don't know if you should try it. It's be weird. Just don't try it.
If there was a segment where I would try it, it's none of these.
That's
but
true.
I see that there's a definite one for you later.
Yep.
Then we get the Rhodeses, as I wrote it. That was on purpose.
Versus Ryback.
Ryback
was making fun of the internet. Hey, Ryback, guess what? We're the internet. I think, you know what? We are the internet.
We are the internet.
We are the children.
Stay tuned to We Are the Internet by us and some other YWC members. Why is that never... Okay.
We have to be in the same place at the same time.
Skyping.
That comes to time, dude. Remember when I was seeing on Xbox Live how they got that delay?
Yeah.
We even counted like 1, 2, 3.
When it hit a certain time. Guys, if you want to be a part of We Are the World YWC style, tweet us. Hashtag We Are the Internet. So anyways, the Rhodes brothers get the win here, obviously, because the other team was Curtis Axel and Ryback.
Yep.
So put 2 and 2 together, that's what you get. Yeah. And then we got Del Rio versus Rey Mysterio, and this match made more sense at the end because Del Rio got the win. Grabbed the mic, started talking shit to Batista again. Mm-hmm. How do you like your friend Rey Mysterio now, Batista? Batista's probably not watching. He's like, huh? What?
She's probably pointing at the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah.
Batista's probably at the WWE training facility, standing in the ring, practicing the point at the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah, he's just going. Yep. So yeah, he did that.
That match sucked.
Yeah, it was bad. But Batista comes back next week, so that's what that was built towards, I guess. Then you got CM Punk and Kane backstage, and Punk was like, I need to talk to the authority. I was already fighting these hired goons of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now I got Triple H's old DX buddies. That's 5-on-1. That's ridiculous. Doesn't make any damn sense. And Kane's like, okay, I understand. They're not here. But they are giving you a chance to main event WrestleMania. You're going to be in the Royal Rumble. And this is when we started thinking, so how do you get in the Royal Rumble? Because it appears that Batista I guess Batista, they put him in it. Yeah. Del Rio announced that he's in it. He just gets to choose.
Think back to last year how many people on SmackDown would declare that they were winning the Rumble before they were even announced to be in it.
So apparently you just get a pick, except Punk? I don't know.
Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, that's weird. You know what? I feel like if you say it at the right time, you're in it.
You're just in.
If I'm ever I'm gonna go to Raw next week, and I'm gonna grab a microphone. I'm gonna say,
I'm in the Rumble.
I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, and then I'm in. There's no like, are you even in it? It's like, is he going to win it?
They just believe you. Yeah, they're just like, okay.
Yeah, this guy's not going to win, but let's see.
But we'll put him in there. Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yep.
Unless you're Punk, I guess. Because I'm sure he wanted to be in it, but he was pretty shocked. He's like, I'm in the Rumble?
Speaking of things without logic, let's have a cage match with two guys in the ring that both guys have to exit for it to end. But if one guy gets pinned, that team loses.
Right. So and your point is also a point that Jerry Lawler made, and then they immediately cut to commercial, and Vince said, Jerry! You're supposed to make goddamn sense, Jerry!
Damn, Jerry!
Jerry, don't talk no more. And then he didn't
Jerry,
talk.
goddamn!
He didn't talk again the rest of the
time. Like, Jerry, we're cutting your damn mic.
Jerry, we're cutting your damn mic. You can't talk logic into these goddamn people.
Hey, goddamn shit.
Jerry!
Jerry!
Wear your goddamn old school shirt, Jerry.
Jerry, man, rock the old school.
Yeah, so there were if we tried to make a list of, if we could not, Ty 1822 could not make a top 10 list of things wrong with this match because there's about 30.
Well, let's go with the most ridiculous parts.
Okay, the first one you already said, which would be, the idea is to escape the cage, but if you were to escape over the cage, that would leave your teammate in there with two guys and is easily going to get pinned.
Exactly.
Defeating the point of climbing out, which the match was then won by climbing out. So apparently they fooled us. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, and then
the door was locked, but they could have just climbed in.
The other two Wyatts just stood there. They could have climbed in unless they were incapable of doing so.
Can
apparently,
they not climb?
They're pretty big guys. So
they climbed at the end.
They didn't get very high though.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'd have got nervous. I
don't know.
Who knows? But this match was the same one we saw earlier, but in a cage. So that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Usos pulled out the W.
Yep.
I love some more. Love some more.
They pull out the win in the main event of a Raw.
Fair enough. But at the start of the show, I made a joke.
You did.
And I said, and I regret saying this because I feel like your house is wired.
Yep.
I said, hey, what if John, remember when John Cena was in the Nexus for like a week and then the event after that?
And I said, yeah, he buried them all.
Yeah, what if Daniel Bryan does the almost exact same thing?
I said they've learned.
Isn't the Wyatt only for a week and then bails?
They wouldn't do that.
Hey, so Bray Wyatt goes through and he's like gonna hit Daniel Bryan with the Sister Abigail, and Daniel Bryan gets out and just beats him up.
Yep.
And then that was after he got the crowd behind him and started chanting yes again. Then he ripped off the plumber gear and was in his wrestling gear. And then beat up everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
I thought it was just Bray.
Well, he knocked the other two guys off of there.
Oh, yeah, by using Bray. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Simply, yeah, okay.
So, here's the thing.
Because it's Daniel Bryan, I'm not exactly mad about this. And because the moment was tight at the end.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm just going to say this. Then I'm going to go sit over there, because this is the definition of Zach Morris. Because if Randy Orton was involved in something like this, I'd make you go over there and I'd talk for a while.
100%.
So that's probably what's going to happen. So we're on a mutual agreement about this.
Yep.
I'm just going to say this. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I will say that I credit for once WWE because, I mean, to be fair, maybe I'm giving them too much credit by even giving them any because maybe this was the plan all along because sometimes they're that smart. But even though it was only a very, very short-lived thing, you can tell this wasn't going anywhere.
No.
They're losing to random matches. The crowd's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and they maybe, I don't know for sure. Again, this could have been the plan all along, which, okay, we'll discuss that later. But maybe they could see, like, okay, this is what we thought was going to happen. The crowd's not reacting how we wanted. They don't want this at all. This is not going anywhere. They're never going to stop cheering him. Let's just, figure it out from here. Maybe we can still, because really nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's short enough where they salvaged it to the point where it's not like Daniel Bryan's credibility is lost. People don't like him less, obviously. Yeah. It's like, okay, whatever. This was a weird experiment. We thought it was going to be something cooler than it was. It's not. Let's just go back to what we were doing and then we'll figure it out from there. That's my thoughts on it. I'm going to go grab that football and he's going to talk about his boy.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
American Dragon.
All right, guys. Here's the silver lining. Here's the silver lining to all of this. The end of the day, It looks like they may not have given up on. I mean, there was. We have no idea what they're doing. We have no idea what they're doing because they have no idea what they're doing. WWE proved tonight they have no long-term plans because what's the point of having them blow off 2 weeks before the Rumble? Are you giving Bray Wyatt time to come back before the Rumble? Or are you giving their chance to be even more closure next week so that way Bryan has a shot to win the Rumble? Does he even have a shot to win the Rumble? Is he going to fight Bray Wyatt at the Rumble? They just open it up for a lot of different things that aren't going to draw them any money because first off, it's the Rumble. Most people are buying it because of that. Second off, we have Cena versus Orton for people who like that kind of stuff. Batista's back. People like that kind of stuff. And I feel like Daniel Bryan fans are also going to be somewhere in there. But they would have bought it for the Rumble. Because they seem like the more... I mean, they're not going to get any more money out of this. So I don't know exactly what like the whole purpose of this was. Other than for them to say, yeah, guess what? He is really over. I mean... This was like really their first opportunity to get him against somebody that is universally hated. Because they really haven't done a good job of putting him against that guy. Because they're still Orton fans. Girls like Orton. You know, Justin likes Orton. So a lot of people like Orton. People like Cena. The Wyatt family, when they were going, they were like, oh, hey, cool, they're winning. People hopped on that bandwagon because they were winning and they talked to them. Then they started losing and people were mad. A lot of people were mad. I was mad that we're going to put Daniel Bryan in there and just lose. Didn't get anyone anywhere. So, like he said, he got it perfect when he said, I'm glad they pulled the trigger on it. Because when he said that, I agreed 100%. Them pulling the trigger on it was the smartest thing they could have done. When they pulled the trigger on Punk being gone and all the dumb stuff in the past.
That's a bad example.
That's a bad example.
This is a good example.
They've done a lot of stuff in the past where they've proven that they don't exactly know when to let good things ride out. But damn it, they know when they got something bad, how to make it better. For the most part, because I can't say that without mentioning that Del Rio and Sheamus fought 5 straight pay-per-views and it wasn't that great. But, I mean, even with this Orton and Cena stuff, it's not the worst thing, but it doesn't look like it's going to last all that long. Maybe it does. Who knows? I'm just a wrestling fan. Anyways, I'm going to take us home on this one. I want you all to like this video if you're still watching at this point, or if you're not watching at this point, you're not going to hear me say that, but you probably like it anyway because we're great. I want you to subscribe if you're listening at this point and you haven't subscribed yet, which we kind of... I understand, like, if it's your first time watching us and you're 27 minutes in, and you're like, well, I like these guys, you definitely should subscribe. If you don't like us and you're 27 minutes in, you probably should subscribe because we do this all the time, and maybe you'll like us eventually. There has to be something you like for to be in there along with us this long. I don't have anything else. You have anything else? Stay tuned for probably no videos till next Monday.
Possible.
It's a
possibility.
Go Seahawks. If you watch our NFL prediction video,
Patriots.
You know that my Super Bowl champ is still alive. Mm-hmm. His got bumped in the first round, but my Super Bowl opponent got bumped in the first round, and his Super Bowl opponent to the eventual champion is still alive.
Yep. But I don't want them to win.
But you don't want them to win?
No. I've changed my mind.
You are not on Team Denver?
Oh, hell. I thought Denver was going to win, but now we're playing who I want to win because I kind of failing. And the order goes.
Pittman.
Patriots.
Pittman.
Patriots win over everybody. And 49ers win over anybody but
Patriots.
Broncos and then Seahawks. So
I understand.
I don't believe in I don't want Seahawks win.
There's a lot of bandwagon Seahawks fans out there, and I don't like you guys.
Well, especially out here.
Out here, it's the worst.
We're pretty close. We're close enough to where it's a very apparent.
You know what? If you're in the Seattle area and you hopped on the bandwagon, you know what? That's fantastic. Congratulations for supporting your home team.
Yep.
Be there if they're bad, and a bigger fan base never hurt anybody. Mm-hmm. But be a good fan. I mean, a lot of people that hop on bandwagons are solid fans. It's a lot of times it's the people that have been there a long time. Like the Heat fans that probably had seen tickets for a long time are the ones that don't like showing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the guys who, holy shit, LeBron's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, we could probably talk about that for a long time, but maybe that we will. But I feel like you guys want to talk about wrestling. We talked about wrestling. WWE Network in 16 seconds, I will say, is a good idea. I think you guys should all subscribe to it because it's really a good deal.
Yes.
Yep. And it's going to actually generate a ton of money. Not the worst thing in the world. And stay classy, Will Ferrell, number